Hello everyone, and welcome. You're on the set of the music video Victim of Apathy by The End Begins. So I want to share with you all the lighting setup that I've got, as well as the backdrop for the drums and all that. I'm doing the drums right now. I've got all my drums, and it's funny because they're all horizontal. Normally I have them at a tilt, so that they're facing me a little more. But for the sake of being able to film them and being able to see them quite well, I made them flat. Because if they're at even more of an angle like this, then the drums do not appear at all. And also I'm used to having that crash right here, but I decided to put it over there to kind of balance the image, as well as put the two overhead mics above it to balance it. And the cool thing about this music video is I've got this really cool backdrop. I taped this backdrop to the wall in order to give it a really nice contrast. Also, that's why I wore white, so it could be against the black backdrop. Of course, this is where I put the camera, that I'm filming with right now, and I've got this clamp lamp, and I've clamped it to this podium, and then I've taped the white foam board to the wall and the podium. And what I did was I turned this light on, and it offered some soft lighting. You can tell the difference. So that's what I did, as well as I had the overhead light on. And there's that light on over there too, but you can see a difference in the overhead lights too. And then of course, no light. So that's my lighting setup for the drums. Still haven't decided what I'm going to do for the vocals or the guitar yet, but I know I'm going to implement that black backdrop. And I'm probably still going to be wearing the clothes I'm wearing. Okay, so I just did the bass track, and I started off sitting down in the drum seat there, but I didn't like sitting down. I figured I wanted to do this standing up, and you know, I'm glad I did, because it kind of helps me move freer and all that stuff. And I actually didn't use the light that's on top of this camera for this shot, because this was enough. It was close enough to the subject, which was me playing bass, that it didn't need that extra light. Also, I didn't turn this top light on either, because I noticed that when I did that, it created a shadow. See that shadow that's being created there? I didn't like that. The purpose of having the black backdrop was to not have any shadows or anything. So it's just be black. So that's why I did that. And that light, that clamp lamp, worked wonderfully. So now, after I've got the bass line done, I'm going to do the guitar and then the singing, hopefully. One thing I want to say is it's so important to take these steps to make sure that your shot is composed the way you want it and it's lit the way you want it, because you want to do as least amount of post-processing as you can. I can't tell you how many music videos I've done, and during post I'm like, oh, I should have moved that chair, and then I have to remove out the chair, or oh, I should have lit that better, and then I have to add lighting, and or I have to bump up the exposure or something, and sometimes it still doesn't look right. It's important to do everything you can while on the set. So I just got through doing the lead guitar. It was tricky because it was such a tight shot. If I moved at all, it was like, then it became hard for it to, for my fingers and everything to be in the frame. So I think I'm well lit now. I love the black background. I'm not seeing any shadows, so that's good. My shoulders look level, and my face is lit good. My hair looks good, I think. Yeah, and I'm in focus. I'm gonna go ahead and do the vocal track now. No one believed me when I said if we don't do something we're as good as dead. I could have asked 1,000 times, but they all thought that I had lost my mind. I also want to take this time and share a little bit about the meaning of the song. Believe it or not, I wrote the song about a movie. I didn't write it about the coronavirus, which you kind of see some implications in there for like the coronavirus. Is like, how could you sit back and watch our friends die? The song is actually wrote about a movie called Nonstop, starring Liam Neeson, and it's all about like nobody on the plane believes Liam Neeson that like somebody's trying to blow up the plane. You know what I mean? And it's a really cool movie if you haven't watched it. But the very first recording I have of the song back in 2014 it's got like Nonstop, like the trailer for it going through the audio, and it's really cool because it's like Liam Neeson's like, I'm not hijacking this plane, I'm trying to save it, and there's like guns and stuff going off, and it's kind of cool. But I wanted to not have a copyright on the song, so I just went ahead and did it like this. So anyways, that's a little bit behind the scenes of the making of this song, as well as the meaning behind the song. Hope you all enjoy it. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. As well, feel free to do that on any of my other videos. Also want to give the plug here, not to forget to subscribe to the Brainerd and Ingram photography channel. We've got all kinds of content coming out, and even though Hal and I have had some issues here with the virus, we've not been able to get out like we liked, we were able to film like 5 videos in one day. So that gave us enough content to hopefully make it a little ways through this crisis. So God bless. We'll see you in the next one. Oh gosh. It didn't work out so well.